These days, everyone on the internet calls himself a financial advisor or a financial guru. You see all these videos on YouTube where they say at the end, this is not financial advice, but they just spent the last 15 minutes giving you financial advice. So today we are going to be talking about what does a financial advisor actually do versus what do most people think we do, because there's a lot of common misconceptions. So to begin, I think it's probably good to define what a financial advisor actually is. You see, for many, many years, people would call themselves financial advisors under a number of different roles. You have people in the insurance world that call themselves financial advisors, but in a lot of cases, they're just out to sell you the most amount of insurance they can because they're getting a pretty hefty commission. If you look back at the 90s and early 2000s, you had a lot of financial advisors that were stockbrokers, and their goal was to do the Wolf of Wall Street thing and convince you to move all your money to them, and then they're going to invest you in these hot stocks and all these different things. And they call themselves a financial advisor, and in some case it is accurate, but it looks a lot different today than it did back in the early 2000s. These days, people that really hold themselves out as financial advisors need to be more along the lines of financial planners rather than somebody that's trying to sell you a product. A common misconception is that a financial advisor should be selling or is often selling a product, but in reality, when we're working with clients, we're not out to sell a product. Especially if you hold yourself out as an independent fiduciary. Nowadays, if you truly are a fiduciary financial advisor, meaning you're always working in your client's best interest, you're not going to be pitching products or trying to generate commissions like you may have seen in the past. When we work with clients, we hold ourselves out as fiduciaries. That means that we are working in our client's best interest at all times. That means that if there's one fund that's more expensive and one that's a little bit cheaper, and they both do the exact same thing, we are obligated to put you into the cheaper fund. Reason being, we're working in your best interest. Back in the day, there may have been a little bit of a commission kickback for the more expensive fund, so the advisor would make a little bit more money. There are still people out there that operate that way, and I typically recommend that you avoid working with somebody. So one of the first questions you should always ask is, are you a fiduciary and how are you compensated? So what does a modern day financial advisor actually do? Well, I think the first step in the process is financial advisor should really be interchangeable with financial planner. A good financial advisor is a financial planner. In a lot of cases, I'm more of a life coach to my clients than I am actually an investment manager. And I think the days of somebody that's just solely managing investments and you take a little risk quiz and they put you in a portfolio, or is just out there to sell you insurance, I think those days are long gone. If you're going to be working with a financial advisor, in my opinion, you should be working with somebody that is a financial planner, oftentimes a certified financial planner or a CFP. What that typically covers is a number of different topics. Your financial advisor should be able to talk about the investments, maybe even manage the investments, or at least help you manage the investments. But they should also be talking about things like tax, insurance, estate and legacy planning, retirement planning, income, things like that. And they should be able to speak about all aspects of your financial life, not just the investments. And I think that's one of the big misconceptions about a financial advisor is they're just a wealth manager. But in many cases, to be a good wealth manager, you also have to be a good financial planner. And so I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions in this industry is that my wealth manager only touches investments. There are still people out there like that, and no shade to them, but I think the game has changed and people expect a lot more from their financial advisor these days. So what does working with a good financial advisor actually look like? Well, to be a good financial advisor and financial planner, you really need to understand your clients first. And that's why we don't make any recommendations before actually getting to know our clients. I think that decisions are oftentimes made in a bubble, and in reality, you need to know the entire picture. I can't tell you to take a lump sum payout for a pension if I don't know what your goals are with that money. You may be the type of person that just needs lifetime income and doesn't want to deal with the investment risk, right? So I need to understand my clients' goals and their needs, and I can't just be making decisions in a bubble. So when working with a financial planner, first off, they need to be able to understand you and your goals. We oftentimes will talk to our clients and try to get a statement of financial purpose. What that looks like is we say, you're making all this money, you're saving for retirement, and you're building up a big nest egg, but all for what, right? Like some people, it's just, I want to see the numbers on the page grow, 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 grow. And that's great, but I think a good financial planner pushes you to that next level and says, that's great. Even if you can make all this money and grow your nest egg, what's it all for, right? What's going to be the most impactful for you in the long run? Is it going to be to pass down a lot of assets to your kids and set them up for a great life? Is it going to be to donate all that money to charity? Or is it going to be to travel the world and spend as much of the money as you can and make sure that it lasts as long as you live? And if we create a statement of financial purpose, when we make a decision around a specific investment or an opportunity that comes your way, it really gives us something to come back to for every major decision that we make in life. Coming back to a statement of financial purpose allows for us to recenter ourselves and actually think through, does this get me closer and closer to my goals? So after you create your financial purpose, the next step is we really need to know everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. If it's financial related, we need to know it. So we're talking, we need to know your insurance policies, your deductible amounts, all of your investments, how they're invested, what they're invested in. We need to know when you're going to plan to take Social Security, when you plan to retire, what your pension looks like. We need everything. And the reason being is all of this impacts you significantly over your lifetime. You're gonna have a lifetime of compounding, you're gonna have a lifetime of taxes, and we need to know everything before we recommend even just buying an insurance policy or purchasing a different type of investment. We need to know all of your details so that we can make sure that it actually aligns with your goals. Oftentimes, what you'll see with certain people that kind of put themselves out there as financial advisors is they're really out there to sell one type of product, and they pitch it as a silver bullet. You want income? Great. You want growth? Great. But in reality, it's very expensive, and there's usually better ways to make some income, better ways to get some growth, but the financial advisor receives a lot of commission by investing you in one specific thing, and so that tends to be their silver bullet. Our goal as your financial planner is to have a lifelong relationship with you. That's oftentimes the difference between somebody trying to sell you a product and somebody that's going to build a relationship with you over the long run. I have clients that have been my clients for many, many years, and they call me for any big financial decision. I actually had a client call me yesterday because they were concerned that they were in the middle of a fraud scam, and they said, this seems real, but I trust you. I don't know the person that's trying to convince me to do these types of things. I need your opinion on this. And it turns out they were actually getting scammed. And so I was able to step in, help them navigate that, make sure that they didn't actually end up going through with the scam and losing all their money. And they were so grateful for that. I was the first call when something felt a little bit fishy. And that's the level of a relationship that you should have with your financial advisor. If you don't have it, you need to be asking yourself the question, would I trust this person with my life savings? Because in a lot of cases, you absolutely are. That specific client that was in the process of being scammed, they actually told me, they said, listen, we trust you so much that we want to come to you for everything. Even if you can't help us with it, we want to at least have you vet it because we know your character and we trust you. That's the level of relationship that I strive to have with every single one of my clients, and that I think every good financial advisor should have with their clients. If you'd like to see more of this content, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to see a day in the life, let us know in the comments below, and maybe we'll shoot a day in the life of a financial advisor video. I think that would be a lot of fun. So thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next video.